And Scott Norton was probably good 40% the time he was with WCW. He spent with New Japan, and of course Benoit, Malenko, Eddie. They were going back and forth all the time. So.
And we spoke about this before, but Chris Benoit is always a popular topic on this channel. So I was wondering, being the New Japan representative, what your dealings were like with Chris Benoit over the years with WCW and New Japan.
Well, I was involved because of this talent exchange program and what I told you before about the putting all those guys on a WCW contract. So being able to use our talent once they became our WCW contractual talent, that we were sending them back to New Japan at their request. And if they were involved in our program or our storyline, we had to work around that. So I was pretty aware of what they were doing here in the United States. So when their angle got finished, they would start their tour in Japan. So I had to work on that timing. So I was working close hand with Eddie and Dean and. Even Chris Jericho, and certainly Chris Benoit, and I have done some tour with Eddie and Dean and Chris, going over New Japan tour. Their tour was usually 3 weeks, but our guys would hit the big ones, like work there for 10 days and come back to WCW for our television, I got to know those guys, spending a lot of time together. When you're on the road, as every wrestler knows, especially when you're with a company, you're traveling 200-300 days together. They are your family. They are your brothers and sisters, and you become pretty close. And what I know about, Chris Benoit was very gentle guy, intense, but very gentle. In-ring work was phenomenal. I think some of the things he did in the ring was, certainly at the time, was pretty phenomenal. He literally, put his body out there for sake of entertaining us. Phenomenal talent. And we got to be friends, but not like, close friends. I mean, we were close when we were on the road, but it's not like I called him, to say hi or to shoot, But one day I did get a call when this angle was going on between woman and Chris Benoit and Kevin Sullivan, and out of the blues I got a phone call from Chris telling me that he says, "Look, whatever you heard," and I said, "Chris, none of my business, It's not going to affect how I feel about you or anything we do, related to our work. It's not going to affect any of that." And he goes, well, he wanted to tell me his side, how that became reality, the angle became reality, per se. And everybody knows about that story. So he was trying to explain himself to me. And he had no, I guess he cared how I thought, because of our friendship and because of, I played a part in how, in the business I did, and it was a big part of New Japan, WCW, business.